Basie Jane. 4, Scott Down. 5, Mackenzie Kate. 6, Tisha's Pit Pony. 7, Cold Jolt Hanover. A field of 7 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off in pacing. Tisha's Pit Pony from the middle of the track. Pensacola Sioux on the inside now takes command. Tisha's Pit Pony races now in second. There goes Cold Jolt Hanover from the outside 7 posts. Now challenging for that lead. Racing in fourth, that's Winning Magic. Sweet Basie Jane looks at it from 5th. Then as they make their way down the backstretch, that's Mackenzie Kate racing in 5th. Sweet Basie Jane and Scott Down will trail this field as they go on past the opening quarter in 30-1. It's Cold Jolt Hanover leading it by a length and a half. Driving in second, that's Pensacola Sioux as they make their way around the turn. Tisha's Pit Pony driving in third. Winning Magic looks at it from 4th. Then Mackenzie Kate, Scott Down, and trailing this field is Sweet Basie Jane. Down the lane in front of the stand, first time, and Cold Jolt Hanover with Todd Treitz is out in front by a length and a half. They make their way on past the half-mile station. 1:02-4. Pensacola Sioux is a tight second on the outside. Mackenzie Kate comes calling for third. Driving in fourth on the inside, that's Tisha's Pit Pony. Then Scott Down, Winning Magic, and Sweet Basie Jane. On past the 5/8 they race for the 3/4 mile station, and it's Cold Jolt Hanover still out in front by a length and 3/4. Pensacola Sioux still there in second. They race on past 3/4, 1:35-1, and Cold Jolt Hanover takes this field into the final turn. Racing in second is Pensacola Sioux. On the outside, Mackenzie Kate. Tisha's Pit Pony looks for, can't find room. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. And out in front is Cold Jolt Hanover. Down the lane for home they race. Pensacola Sioux to the outside. Cold Jolt Hanover, Pensacola Sioux. At the line, it's going to be Cold Jolt Hanover, Pensacola Sioux. Scott Down is third. Time for the mile, 2:05-2. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a refund on number 5, Mackenzie Kate, due to a driver change that was unable to be announced. Therefore, all tickets involving the 5-horse Mackenzie Kate will be refunded. Due to technical difficulties, we weren't able to announce a driver change. Therefore, a refund will be issued on number 5, Mackenzie Kate. Then now parading is the unofficial winner of race number 1, 7-horse Cold Jolt Hanover. A 2-year-old bay pacing stallion by Village Jolt from Costly Mistake. Owned and trained by Dr. Hubert of Hampton. Driven to victory this afternoon by Todd Treitz. 7, Cold Jolt Hanover in 2:05-2. Driver Charlie Ramsey has the gate in motion for race 2 with Secret Fantasy, Billy and Bud, Fittipaldi, Falcon's Quick, Satan's Little Number, Casimir Eiffel, and Longworth Legacy on the outside. A field of 7 behind the gate. Here they come. Here, off and pacing, Longworth Legacy from the outside is out to grab the early lead. Secret Fantasy coming away second. Billy and Bud driving third on the inside now. Fittipaldi looks for and finds room on the cones. Driving now up to be 5th on the outside. There goes Casimir Eiffel. Then Falcon's Quick, and your early trailer is Satan's Little Number. Down the backstretch, they race on for the opening 1/4 mile station, and Longworth Legacy is there in 29-4. Driving in second, Secret Fantasy up on the outside. Casimir Eiffel is still on the move, now is third. Driving in fourth on the inside, that's Billy and Bud. Then as they race off the turn comes Fittipaldi, Falcons Quick. Satan's Little Number is the trailer. Down the lane in front of the stand, First Time and Longworth Legacy. And Gilberto lead this field on past the half. 1 minute, 3/5. Secret Fantasy still right there in second. Billy and Bud is battling back now. Third position on the inside. Casimir Eiffel hasn't seen the rail yet. Racing in fifth on the inside. Fittipaldi, there goes Falcons Quick. Now to the outside from six. Satan's Little Number will follow that live cover as they race down the backstretch for the 3/4 mile mark. And Billy and Bud is out of third. And they race past 3/4 and 1:31 and 3. It's Longworth Legacy. Billy and Bud going to work on the outside is now second. They race around the turn up on the outside. Falcons Quick is moving quickly now. They have 1/8 of a mile left to go. Longworth Legacy off the turn, down the lane for home. Billy and Bud to the outside once again. It's Longworth Legacy. Billy and Bud working on the outside. Longworth Legacy. It's Longworth Legacy. Billy and Bud. Falcons Quick will be 3. Time for the mile, 2:03 and 3. Now returning, ladies and gentlemen, is the unofficial winner of race 2, 7-horse Longworth Legacy. An 8-year-old bay pacing gelding by Arcane Hanover from Esker Misty Day. Owned by Serge Cormier Quispamsis, Mike Barrio of Dieppe. Trained by Deborah Kirkpatrick. And driven to victory this afternoon by Gilles Barrio. 7, Longworth Legacy. Now your official winner in 2:03 and 3. For race 3. Gates in motion for race 3 with 1, Freestone Lexi, 2, Fundiana, 3, Money Hustler, 4, Future Secret, 5, Mag AM, and 7, We'll See Our Dolly Dance. A field of 6 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off in pacing on the outside. We'll See Our Dolly Dance. Thought about it, but now takes back. Racing in between horses out for that lead as there's confusion. Freestone Lexi goes to a break. Money Hustler also off stride. They race now for the opening 1/4 mile mark, and on the inside it's Future Secret. Racing in second now is Future Secret. The leader now, Fundiana. Fundiana with Todd Trites leads him past the opening 1/4 in 29 and 3. Future Secret now racing in second. We'll See Our Dolly Dance looks at it from third. A gap of 10 lengths. It separates the 4-horse, and that's Mag AM. Money Hustler races in fifth. Then to the outside from 6 is, after the break, is Freestone Lexi. Down the lane for the half-mile station they race, and out in front is Fundiana. Future Secret racing in second. We'll See Our Dolly Dance waits patiently in third. 1:01 and 2 past the half. Mag AM is a gapped out fourth, and on the outside, Freestone Lexi and Money Hustler now gains a 5th spot. Round the turn, they race on past the 5/8. Out in front is still Fundiana. Positions are unchanged as they race for the 3/4 mile mark. Racing in second is Future Secret, now eyeing and goes to the outside. Future Secret up to challenge for that lead. 3/4 in 1:33 flat. We'll See Our Dolly Dance is a tight third, and waiting patiently now goes to the outside. It's Future Secret on the outside. Battling back is Fundiana on the rail. We'll See Our Dolly Dance goes 3 wide. They have 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's a Future Secret. We'll See Our Dolly Dance in the middle of the track. Future Secret. We'll See Our Dolly Dance at the wire. It's going to be Future Secret. We'll See Our Dolly Dance. It's close. We'll need a picture. Time for the mile, 2:03 and 2. Inquiry sign is up, ladies and gentlemen. Please hold all horse Future Secret. Owned and trained by Pat Eastwood of St. John. Future Secret is a 7-year-old bay pacing mare by Falcon's Future from Island Secret. She by On the Road Again. For Future Secret, your unofficial winner in 203 and 2. Stephen Trites gets the winning drive for Future Secret 203 and 2. Race 4 starters are now in motion with 1 Becoming Jarwa, 2 Golden Days, 3 JK Shadow, 4 Lucky Northern Star, 5 Woodmere Sandrop, 6 on the outside Lucky Alberta. Race 4, a field of 6 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Lucky Northern Star is out there quickly to grab the early lead. Golden Days is racing a tight second. Driving now to be third on the inside. That's Becoming Jarwa. J.K. Shadow races in 4. Then Woodmere Sandrop. And your early trailer is Lucky Alberta. But it's Lucky Northern Star now leading it by 6. Make that 7 open lengths. Golden Days is racing in second on past the opening quarter. 29 and 2. Driving in third, Becoming Jarwa. J.K. Shadow goes to the outside from 4th. Round the turn, they race on for the 3/8 mile marker. Then Woodmere Sandrop in 5th, and Lucky Alberta trails. Off the turn and down the lane, and Andrew Ward with Lucky Northern Star is racing for the half-mile station. Lucky Northern Star, Golden Days races in second. Up on the outside, J.K. Shadow. The half was in 59 and 3. It's Golden Days still there in second. On the inside, Becoming Jarwa regains the 3rd spot. Up on the inside now as they make their way on past the 5/8. That's Lucky Alberta and Woodmere Sandrop to the outside from 6. Down the backstretch, they race on for the 3/4 mile station. And Andrew Ward goes to work on Lucky Northern Star and Golden Days to the outside now from second. 3/4 was reached in 1:32 flat. Up on the outside, Woodmere Sandrop is on the move from 4th. It's Golden Days, the new leader. Up on in between horses now, Becoming Jarwa. And up on the outside, Woodmere Sandrop. Lucky Northern Star is still there. Off the turn, down the lane for home. It's Golden Days, Woodmere Sandrop on the outside. Golden Days, Woodmere Sandrop is surging in deep stretch. It's Woodmere Sandrop to win it. Golden Days second. Looks like Becoming Jarwa was 3rd. Time for the mile, 2:04. And returning to the winner's circle is the unofficial winner of race number 4, number 5, Woodmere Sandrop, a 3-year-old bay pacing filly by Drop-Off from San Frangelica. She by Camluck. Owned by J.C. and Jean Bellevaux of Dieppe, trained by J.C. Bellevaux, driven to victory this afternoon by Jean Bellevaux. Congratulations to the winning connections, and a special welcome to veteran Skiduk horseman Vince Hickey. Welcome back to the racetrack, Vince. Ladies and gentlemen, 5, Woodmere Sandrop, your unofficial winner, now your official winner in 2:04. The gates in motion for race 5 with ROF Racing High, Wild Cherry, All-American Dazzle, Burton Burt, Big Shot Al, Loose Town, Mokhtar, Violet's Best Abe on the outside. A field of 8 behind the gate. ROF Racing High to a break. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Burton Burt is out of there quickly to grab the early lead. Wild Cherry comes away second. All-American Dazzle racing in 3rd on the inside. Big Shot Al is 4th on the outside now. Looks for, can't find room. It's Loose Town now taking over 4th spot. Big Shot Al racing in fifth. Then Mokhtar up on the outside. There goes Violet's Best Abe on the move, and ROF racing high trails. It's Bert and Bert past the opening quarter in 30 and 3. Driving in second, that's Wild Cherry up on the outside. Big Shot Al now takes a shot on the outside. Now third, now races and taking over second. Racing third on the inside, that's Wild Cherry. All-American Dazzle is locked in fourth. Up on the outside, Loose Town now on the move. They race down the lane, first time in front of the stand, and for the opening half-mile station. Up on the front and on the outside, Big Shot Al. It's Bert and Bert, 101 and 3 past the half. Big Shot Al now second on the outside. Racing third is Wild Cherry. Loose Town is parked out fourth. Racing fifth on the inside with no place to go is All-American Dazzle. Then on the inside racing in sixth is Mokhtar. Violet's Best Abe and ROF racing high trails. Down the backstretch, they race on for the 3/4 mile station, and there goes Wild Cherry to engage the leader. 132 and 2 past the 3/4, and Bert and Bert gives him the cold shoulder. It's Wild Cherry now back to second, racing third on the inside, and finding daylight is All-American Dazzle. Loose Town now tips 3 wide off the turn. It's Bert and Bert and Stephen Trites. They lead it by 3 lengths. Down the lane for home, it's Bert and Bert. Wild Cherry on the outside, but Bert and Bert is strong. It's all Bert and Bert. Wild Cherry looks like Mokhtar for third. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. Parading back is the unofficial winner of race 5, number 4, Bert and Bert. A 7-year-old bay pacing gelding by Liz Ryan from Battletown Bow. She by Big Towner. Owned by Doug and Ron Hildebrand of Fredericton and Burton. Trained by Chris Davies. Driven to his second victory on the afternoon by Stephen Trites. For Bert and Bert, your unofficial winner in 2:02 and 2. The gate is rolling for race 6 with West Gem Princess, Star Follower, Elm Grove Bandit, Cane Rise Again, Quick a Minute, Materialism, He's a Gunslinger, and Dillinger's Lady. A field of 8 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off in pacing. Star Follower, not content to follow, and shoots out of there quickly to grab the early lead. West Gem Princess now racing in second. Elm Grove Bandit looks at it from third. Driving up to be fourth now is Materialism, and after being rough-gated, that's Cane Rise Again. Now racing in sixth. Quick a Minute looks at it from fifth. Racing in seventh, He's a Gunslinger. Then after an early break, it's Dillinger's Lady trailing. The opening quarter is in 29 and 1, and out in front by 2.5 lengths. As they make their way around the turn is Star Follower. Driving in second is West Gem Princess. Elm Grove Bandit looks at it from third. They race off the turn down the lane in front of the stand for the first time. And Star Follower takes this field to the half. Racing second, West Gem Princess. Elm Grove Bandit third. To the outside from fourth, there goes Materialism. The half was in 59 and 4, and West Gem Princess is out of second and challenging for the lead. On the inside, that Star Follower, West Gem Princess, now challenging second on the outside. Elm Grove Bandit now trying to follow that live cover from third. Materialism racing in fourth, and to the outside, Quick a Minute makes his move down the backstretch. They race for the 3/4 mile marker, and tipping 3 wide, there goes Elm Grove Bandit. 1:31 and 1 past the 3/4. It's Elm Grove Bandit, the new leader. Up on the outside, Materialism on the move, and Quick a Minute races 3 wide. Ray race now past the 7/8, off the turn and down the stretch for home. On the inside, Elm Grove Bandit, Materialism now in the middle of the track, the new leader. Materialism, Elm Grove Bandit down the deep stretch. It's going to be Materialism, Elm Grove Bandit, Quick a Minute will be 3. Time for the mile, 2:02. Ladies and gentlemen, returning to victory lane is the unofficial winner, now the official winner of race 6, number 6, Materialism. An 8-year-old bay pacing gelding by Matt Scooter from Charged to the Limit. She by On the Road Again. Owned by Gordon White and Gordon White of Quispamsis in St. John. Earl Fram, the trainer. Driven to victory this afternoon by Mark Hay. Time for the mile for 6, Materialism, 2:02. Congratulations to the winning connections and to driver Mark Haig. Race 7 starters now swinging around the turn with 1 Port Hill Digger, 2 Salzbrook Dandy, 3 Franco Croupier, 4 Shady Martin, 5 Spring It On Me, 6 Georgetown, 7 Daya Harlaka, 8 on the outside Stagecoach Gambler, off field of 8, behind the gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Georgetown on the outside. Shady Martin in the middle and on the inside. Port Hill Digger maintains rail command. Racing in second, that's Franco Croupier up on the outside. Shady Martin looking for room along the cones. Salzbrook Dandy now racing in fourth. Georgetown looks at it from fifth. Spring It On Me racing in sixth. Then followed down the backstretch by Daya Harlaka and Stagecoach Gambler, your early trailer. The opening quarter was in 29 and 3, and Port Hill Digger with Ross Galbraith leading it by a length and a half. Up on the inside now, that is Franco Croupier racing second. Parked out third is Shady Martin. Salzbrook Dandy driving in fourth, and Georgetown in fifth. Down the lane in front of the stand, first time, and Port Hill Digger leading it now by 3 open lengths. Shady Martin now takes over second spot on the outside. Franco Croupier in third. 59 and 3 past the half. It's Port Hill Digger taking them into the turn for the 5/8. On the inside, Franco Croupier. Shady Martin now third on the outside, and there goes Salzbrook Dandy 3 wide down the backstretch. Dyer Harlakta is locked in the box racing fourth. Then Georgetown and Spring It On Me. They race now for the 3/4 mile station, and Port Hill Digger 129 and 3. It's Port Hill Digger out in front by 4 lengths, but here comes Salzbrook Dandy to call. It's Port Hill Digger. Salzbrook Dandy now in second, and racing in third is Georgetown. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. Port Hill Digger, Salzbrook Dandy on the outside. They race for the deep stretch and for home. It's Port Hill Digger. Salzbrook Dandy is surging in the middle of the track. It's Salzbrook Dandy to win it. Port Hill Digger second, looks like Georgetown for third. 2:01 and 1. Is the unofficial winner of race 7, number 2, Salzbrook Dandy, a 7-year-old brown pacing gelding by Justice Denied from A Little Heaven, she by Die Laughing. Owned by Trudy Fram and Bert Waddell of St. John, trained by Earl Fram, and driven to victory this afternoon by Lonnie Stokes. 2:01 and 1, the time for the mile. for 2, Salzbrook Dandy. The gate is rolling for race 8 with Emily J. Down, Racklin Fine Line, Dusty Road to Riches, Hijinks Benka, Obi Viking, Dr. Decimeter, and Pitbull Hanover. A field of 7 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Dusty Road to Riches on the inside is the early leader. Up on the outside, Hijinks Benka takes command. We have a new leader in Hijinks Benka. They make their way on past the opening 8th. Racing in second, Dusty Road to Riches. Obi Viking is a cutout 3rd on the outside. Racing 4th in along the rail. That's Dr. Decimeter, then Emily J. Down up on the outside. That's Pitbull Hanover, the opening quarter in 29 seconds. The trailer is Rackland Fine Line. Round the turn, on towards the 3/8 they race, and Hijinks Benka is the leader by a length. Obi Viking is second on the outside. Dusty Road to Riches locked in 3rd on the cones. Racing now with live cover 4th on the outside. The Dr. Decimeter is now 4th. They race past the half-mile station in 59-1. It's Hijinks Benka taking the field into the turn now for the 5/8. It's Hijinks Benka by a length and a half. Dusty Road to Riches still there in second, and on the outside there goes the Dr. Decimeter now second, and charging after the leader is Dusty Road to Riches 3rd, and Emily J. Down is 3 wide down the backstretch. It's Hijinks Benka, but there goes Dr. Decimeter past the 3/4 mile mark in 1:30-1. They race neck and neck round the turn. Hijinks Benka is still strong on the cones. Dr. Decimeter now second by a length. Emily J. Down tips out from 3rd. They race past the 7/8 and on down the stretch for home. Up on the outside, Emily J. Down is coming on, and it's Emily J. Down in the middle of the track, but Hijinks Benka is strong. It's Emily J. Down surging and wins it. Hijinks Benka was second. Dr. Decimeter was 3rd. 2 minutes, 1/5. Bringing back now the official winner of race 8, and the 1-horse Emily J. Down, a 4-year-old brown pacing mare by Drop Off from Tucson Melody, she by Tucson Hanover. Owned by the Downey Stables of St. John, trained and driven to victory by Steve Mason. 1, Emily J. Down, the race winner in 2 minutes, 1/5. The gate swings round the turn with 1, Rumble Cheeks, 2, Life of Roddy, 3, Mr. Varbo, 4, Dusty Lane Buster, 5, BJ Cruiser, 8, Henschke. A field of 6 behind the gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Henschke from the outside going for the early lead. Life of Roddy maintains rail position. Now races in second. Driving now to be 3rd along the cones. That's Rumble Cheeks. Then Dusty Lane Buster, Mr. Varbo, BJ Cruiser, the early trailer. Down the backstretch, they race on for the opening quarter-mile mark, and Henschke has opened up a 4-length lead. Driving now in second is Life of Roddy. 28-3 past the opening quarter. Driving now to be 3rd is a Rumble Cheeks. Dusty Lane Buster looking at it from a gapped out 4th. Then Mr. Varbo, BJ Cruiser goes to the outside. They race off the turn down the lane in front of the stand first time. And out in front is still Henschke by 4 open lengths. Life of Roddy racing in second and starts to close the gap. 58 and 4 past the half. Driving in third, that's Rumble Cheeks. BJ Cruisers now looking at it from fourth. Dusty Lane Buster, Mr. Varbo, the trailer. They make their way on past the 5/8 and Henschke now tiring on the front end. To the outside there goes Life of Roddy to engage the leader. Rumble Cheeks now racing in third, and BJ Cruiser on the move from fourth. 3/4. 1:28 and 2. It's Life of Roddy. It's Henschke in second. Going in between horses, Rumble Cheeks. Then BJ Cruiser, 3 wide. They have 1/8 of a mile left to go, and Life of Roddy has opened up a 6-length lead. Down the lane, for home they race. Life of Roddy and Barrio sitting chilly on Life of Roddy. BJ Cruiser and Rumble Cheeks. It's Life of Roddy. Rumble Cheeks to finish second. BJ Cruiser third. Time for the mile. 1:57 and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, now parading back is the unofficial winner of race number 9. It is the 2-horse Life of Roddy, a 4-year-old brown pacing gelding by Force of Life from Rihanna, Hanover. She by Albatross, owned by John Bro of Moncton, trained by Rosaire Barrio. Driven this afternoon by Gilles Barrio, his second winner on the program, and a new race record for number 2, Life of Roddy, stopping the timer in 1:57 and 3.